Hey, what's up, guys? We're out here with my 243 today. This rifle I initially zeroed with Nosler 70 grain Armageddon. I can't find anymore, so I switched over to 90 ELDX for a while. And now I'm moving on to Hornady 75 grain VMAX bullet for coyotes. But what I want to do here today, guys, is talk about chronographing. Do you really need them? If you're a reloader, absolutely. You know, if you're precision long range shooting, you're probably gonna need a chronograph. If you just do what I do and you do some long range plinking here and there is a way to figure out your muzzle velocity without actually having a chronograph. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do that today. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check my 200 yard zero. So like I said, I was zeroed with 70 grain. They shot Noslers, shot the 90 grain ELDX good enough that I didn't re-zero. And the 75 was pretty darn close. So I'm gonna confirm that. We're at 200 yards, that'll be my zero. And then I'm gonna move back to 500 and I'll explain to you guys how I'm gonna try to get on, I got a pretty big gong, but how I'm gonna figure out my muzzle velocity without a chronograph. So stay tuned. I'm gonna just do a quick zero check and then back we go. So my first bullet on the right there is gonna be a 90 ELDX. And then I got the 75 grain VMAX. Look pretty close, but they are different. And yeah, I'll show you guys just how close these two actually hit to one another. My phone doesn't want to focus there. So guys, first up, like mentioned, the 90 ELDX, and we're at 200 yards. Looks zeroed pretty good, and like I said, I zeroed these with Nosler 70 grain, so I can actually switch between 3 ammos. I will try 75 VMAX. Just a hair high, but I'll take that for a 200 yard zero any day. So that's amazing, shooting 2 different ammos. So I'm going to call my zero good. We're going to roll back to 500. Okay guys, so 243 wins, 75 VMAX, 75 grain. Muzzle velocity as advertised by Hornady is 3580 feet per second. So they used a 24-inch barrel. I looked that up. I got a 20-inch barrel, so it's kind of common knowledge, but if you guys don't know, you know now. You'll lose a little bit of feet per second as your barrel gets shorter, anywhere from 25 feet per second to 100. So I'm gonna roll with about, I'm gonna drop this to about 3480 will be my muzzle velocity that I'm gonna guess for the first time. And we're gonna see where we're at and take a few shots. All I need to do is be on steel and I can figure out the rest from there. So basically, when I plugged it in, I got, I believe, I'll have to double check this, but it was at 6.25 minutes. Of angle that I need from 500 yards. So I'm gonna go ahead and dial that. I'm gonna put a 2 or 3 on the gong, see where we're at, and then I'll adjust my my velocity based on where I'm at. So guys, if you don't have a big gong like I do and you think you won't be on steel, do this at 300 and maybe 400, just somewhere where you know you're gonna be hitting, and then you know you can go out a little farther. Just gather your dope data. But for, like I said, for the purpose of this video, I've never chronographed this ammo, but I will know roughly what it's shooting here by the time I'm done. Minutes. I'm not gonna worry about windage too much. We'll send 2 or 3 and see how close we are. So I think I see one perfectly to the right there, but I can't really tell. So I'm gonna send another one. Hopefully I can stay on target here. I don't have the best rest here. Well, we'll go look closer, guys, and see. If I had a white gong, this would be a lot better. So that, I wasn't trying, I'm actually, it's crazy that I'm bang on there for elevation. I'm going to go shoot another group here and try and shoot a really good group for you guys. But the point of the video was to to show you guys how to chronograph, get your bullet speed without a chronograph. So I guessed, and I'm bang on for my guess, which I'm happy with. But say I had 3580 plugged in there. Basically that would have made it look like my bullet was flying faster. So I wouldn't hit higher because it would have called me to dial less, right? So I would have been down here somewhere, right? Because I would have dialed maybe 5 minutes or whatever. So basically, I could have just measured this distance, say it was 1 minute of angle, and I would have just taken note of that, and then I would have adjusted my speed of my bullet in my ballistic calculator until I made up that 1 minute of angle, if that makes sense to you guys, right? So if your bullet's hitting low, you got to slow your bullet down, so then you'll dial a little more and you'd be up here. If your bullet's hitting high, you got to speed your bullet up, so you dial less, bring it down there, right? That's making sense, you guys. I'm gonna go back. I'm really happy with that. Like I said, it's bang on, and I've never chronographed that. We're way down at 500 yards down there. I don't know if you can see my rifle, but I'm gonna shoot a group here and see how this rifle groups at 500. So guys, I just plugged the actual box in there, and it would have been pretty close. So 3580 feet per second. Would have put me 2.5 inches, about a half minute low. So I would have been about 500 yards a minute, 2.5 inches low. So even that wouldn't have been bad. But see, if you have that, you have that variable, you don't need inches. You just need to go measure how many minutes of angle. You can do it right through your scope if you can see well. If you're a minute high, then you gotta speed your bullet up. You speed your feet per second in your app up until, say you're 1 minute, until you get that value down to nothing, if that makes sense to you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot a group here. I've never chronographed this rifle, this ammo through this rifle, and I'm confident hunting 500, 600, 700 yards with it. I'm gonna try and stay on target here. I'm on snow and it's soft and kicking me off, but I'll shoot a 5-shot group and see what this ammo does. I've gone a half minute left. Oh, we see a bit of wind, so here we go. So here were my first two at 500 yards, and then we had to cool off. Here was my first initial one at 500 yards, still same minute. And then we must have got a little warm here and we moved up. Not a terrible group for 500 yards, but yeah, so I might slow it, or I might speed my bullet up just a hair so we're at 6 minutes, which would maybe, so 30, I might just add about, I don't know, 10, 15 feet per second. See where it comes. So I want my call to be, exactly 6 minutes for 500 yards. And you can just manipulate your speed in your ballistic calculator until you get that value. And then basically, without even chronographing, you know what your rifle's good for. So I like that first one, the second one, and then we probably got a little warm there and went a little higher. Yeah, so there you guys have it. Like I said, if you're the technical PRS, reloaders, yeah, you need to find your max and mins, your mean velocity, all that fun stuff. But if you just shoot like me and you're not ever gonna reload because you don't have time for it, try this out one day. And if you don't have a chronograph, it's super simple to do. Next thing, guys, is you don't need to waste a ton of bullets doing this. You do a 3-4 shot group at 500 yards. Your bullet's high, speed it up, bring your call down, bullet slow, slow it down so you dial more. And yeah, you just know your minutes of angle, and once you get it matched, you're good to go. Like a 3-shot group, you should never have to check it again. Anyway, I got a couple small targets out there. Wish me luck. Ah, my beer can.